7:40. Love is in the air and on the shelves at Charmed and Bound, New Jersey's newest romance-focused bookstore. Co-owners Stefanie Mandelberg and Kelsey Meglio are putting a fresh twist on the bookshop experience with curated subscription boxes, inclusive selections, and community-driven pop-up events. As only the second dedicated romance bookstore in the state, and the first in North Central New Jersey, they are proving that love stories truly are for everybody. First up, good morning and welcome, Stefanie and Kelsey.
Good
Hi, good
morning.
morning.
See, now for ladies, this would be something that I'm sure normal women would interpret as this is nice, romance novels, cozy fireplace in the cool weather. And for a dirty-minded guy, right away we're thinking, romance bookstore. So do you find that it's just a Venus and Mars difference between the mentality of like what guys do and read and what women read in terms of help me.
Well, if you ask my husband, he doesn't read. And if he does read, it's finance or the Yankees. So I don't really have a great baseline there. But no, we've gotten really amazing feedback from not only women, but men as well, who have a place where they can go and shop for their wives. We just did a pop-up a couple weeks ago and we had a bunch of different guys from the brewery come in and buy things for their wives, for their friends. But yeah.
And I think one of the things that's really great about what our store represents is that we understand that there is a spectrum of romance. So, Charmed for us is really representative of those lighter, flirtier romances, and Bound is more of, the 50 Shades of Grey that you think of. So we really do have something for everybody on our shelves.
That's awesome. And first of all, there are no bookstores left. It's just so sad that so many bookstores have closed because Amazon, for those who forget, Amazon came about as a bookstore. And then
Yes.
when they developed their online, they said, "Oh, we'll sell a little of this and a little of that. We'll sell some coffee." Before in 20 years, they became the biggest store on the planet. But that closed down a lot of bookstores, and that's so sad. I love going into a bookstore and spending hours. So how fantastic that you have this romance focused bookstore. Why did you pick specifically North Central New Jersey?
So we are both from the Clinton, Flemington area. We've grown up here. We live here now with our families. We actually met through our kids. They're in kindergarten together. So we met on back to school night. So this is it's our community. We love it. It's something that we're missing here. And we were just very excited to bring to all of our neighbors. And again, as Kelsey said, the response has just been overwhelming. People are just so excited, which is making us really excited as well.
I love that. And you offer four very different subscription boxes. How did you come up with the categories?
So our concept is Charmed and Bound, like I said. So we are trying to represent this full spectrum of romance novels. So the Charmed box is our first offering. Those are our contemporary romances, the Emily Henrys, that you'll see, the beach reads, etc. Then we have our Bound, which is our darker romances. We also categorize romantasy, which is a big a big one right now. So A Court of Thorns and Roses, Fourth Wing, those types of books would appear in our Bound book box. And then we also have a box that we offer for queer romance that can either be for a male identifying or a female identifying main character. And then lastly, we have our book club box, which is really geared towards creating community for book club. So it comes with 2 copies of a book, some cocktail, mocktail recipes. A book club can really just plug and play with this box and have this entire experience in one place.
I love that. Well, and also I'm a gay man. I talk about that on the air probably way too often. Uh, but I remember when I started out in radio, I had a friend of mine who was also gay, and I won't say his name for out of respect for him because I don't know how out he is on the air. But I remember he used to say he was older than me, about 20 plus years older, and he used to say there just really aren't romance books. This is back in time. This is going back to the late 80s, early 90s. He said there really isn't any kind of romance book, romance narrative for gay men because everything right away focuses on sex, not romance. So it's
Yeah.
nice to see that there are actually books. As you get older, it's like you want to see, all right, been there, done that. Let's see a story, and it's nice that you have that. And the store
Yeah.
doubles as a retail innovation space for other women-owned businesses. So you have the space rather than them taking the risk of trying to get a storefront, you provide that, right? So tell us about that.
Yeah, well, it's actually, it kind of came about because it's something that we really wish we had the opportunity to be able to have a space like that, just to be able to test our concept and see what works and see what doesn't work. So we have a really awesome storefront in Flemington, right on Main Street. And there's a space in the back that we've dedicated to being our innovation hub. And basically, we're allowing other female retail business owners to come in and test out their concept. So our first innovation business is Little Honey's Children Boutique. It's one of our really good friends. She has this adorable collection of kids' clothes and toys and accessories. There's stuff for moms as well. But we're really excited to be able to give women this space to be able to test these concepts to then hopefully bring their storefront to town in a bigger way.
That would literally, I mean, you could reinvent that downtown area or wherever you're physically located by doing that.
That's
That's
the hope.
phenomenal. Love it. Love it. I love it. And you've been hosting some pop-up events. You talked about this. Talk about some of the creative pop-up events and the most memorable ones to date.
Yeah, so we have quite a few that we've been doing. We've been building a lot of relationships with local business owners. We've been to the Reddington Brewery in July. We're actually going back there next weekend. We were part of the Main Street tent sale in Flemington. And then we actually have one coming up in September that we're really excited about. We're partnering with Next Level Ninja, which is an Ultimate Ninja training facility. And we're hosting a fourth wing themed event where everyone in attendance can complete obstacle courses to train to become a dragon rider, like in Fourth Wing. So we're very excited about that one.
And it's wild, the buzz that this event
wild.
is getting.
We have
I love it. That's creative.
us to come.
That is awesome. Look at this. And
Yeah.
so the reaction has been what from the local community? People must be freaking out. They love this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it started out as something that Steph and I were like, what a cool idea. Let's go for it. Let's see what the reaction is. And we are overwhelmed by the amount of support of people coming up and saying, this is a wonderful idea. We needed this in the community. We're so excited. What can we do to help? What can we do to get your name out? So between, the store opening and these events that we're doing, it's just been, the response has been mind blowing. I don't think we could have ever imagined this.
It's like a destination store because there just aren't. Oh, if I can't get to their romance novel store, I'll just go to this one. No, there really aren't any. You're like a diamond in the rough. That's awesome. So, if somebody has never read romance before, what is the starter book that you recommend?
Well, what do you like to read?
Yeah, it kind of depends. I would say if you're doing contemporary rom-com, Emily Henry is a great author to start with. I love Carly Fortune. Those are probably my two biggest. Abby Jimenez. Those are my suggestions to look at if you're looking at the rom-com type romance books.
But the biggest buzzy one right now is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So
yeah, or Fourth Wing.
Or Fourth Wing. That's the other one. So, and fun fact, Kelsey loves historical fiction as well. So she's got a lot of recommendations there.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you both, I mean, do you read everything that comes in? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're just in love with everything that comes in, and that's so cool.
We do.
You
We
do.
are
See, I love
constantly
that.
reading. We are constantly, what's really cool is we try to get our hands on everything. So we really want to be able to say, yes, we've read this book. It's really great. We're putting it on our shelves. So we're kind of knee deep in advanced reader copies, trying to figure out what we're going to stock our shelves with, what's going to go in the book boxes. We try to make it as personal as we can.
Have you ever had people come in, like local authors, people who maybe publish themselves and say, hey, would you take a look at my book and see if you'll put it on the shelf? Have you had that yet?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've already done 2 author events. We did do a meet and greet at Alchemy Coffee Co. with Hannah Jordan, who's a South Jersey author. And then at our tent sale, we had Jordana Blake came, and they were both selling copies of their novels, signing, meeting the locals. We also have an author interest form on our website. So we have a lot of authors that are reaching out to us, sending their novels and giving us ideas of how they want it to be used, whether it's in the subscription box, whether they want to be featured as an author of a month, if they want to do an event, etc. So we've got a lot that are reaching out to us, and a lot that we plan to do.
I love it. I love this. And what's a website for people to find out more about the store or get in touch with you?
It is charmed, the letter N, bound.com.
That's easy enough.
That's
Charmedandbound.com.
all of our,
This is
it's the handle for all our
this is really
socials.
cute. So, so across the board, all the socials,
Yeah,
charmed and bound,
Yes.
charmed and the
charmedandboundbooks.com.
letter N.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yes.
the et symbol, it's the ampersand, it's the
Yes,
N, charmed and bound.
charmedandboundbooks.com. Yes.
I love it. All right, so please promise me one thing. You're going to come back again, and we're going to talk more, especially when you have your events, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Ken.
I love you. I love when they told me about this, about the whole. No, I think it's great, and first off, this show, because of this guy, we tend to be very much more male dominant. We've got to balance it out a little bit, definitely. And I love that. Look, every woman in my life talks about books first. That's the first thing they talk about. Did you read this? Did you read this? So thank God, this is a perfect store for so many women, and it's just an underserved market. I'm sorry?
18. I said, fun fact, 18% of romance readers are male. So there is a market.
Oh, I believe it. No. I believe it just because I'm the dope. Believe me, I'm not saying there isn't. I know from friends. I have friends who are into it. Definitely so. But definitely come back, please, and we'll talk about this more. I want to hear more about it as this progresses. We are talking about Charmed and Bound, New Jersey's newest romance-focused bookstore. Co-owners Stefanie Mandelberg and Kelsey Meglio. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. All the best with everything.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Mwah. All the best. Oh, fantastic. I love entrepreneurs. I love people who take a chance, and I especially love when it works out. That just makes me feel wonderful, and it's just an underserved segment of the population. Bookstores have disappeared, and that just breaks my heart. And look at what happened to society as they did. Think about it.